Hey people, hey peeps. One sec, let me exchange or switch the batteries right here. We are back at it again. Where do I have my Trello board? Right here. Trello. Whoops, wrong board. Fitness. Here we go. Oh, one sec. We didn't define previously the workout view titlement. Oh, we did that one. Let's open Xcode. The fitness app. Right here. And run it as well. Check YouTube if everything's in place. Where are we? There we are. Hey, Tillich back. What time now in Berlin now? I don't know. I'm right now in Los Angeles. And AJ, good morning, Martin. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. I saw you have set the notification on Instagram. And Kyle, what's up? Hey, have you been coding last night until, what was it, 3 o'clock in the morning or something? I think that was your plan, right? How did it go? So, okay, one thing that has changed since last time, because we ended last stream with this state, and I couldn't help it but adjust the navigation, basically just saying, hey, the color should be custom white, the background should be dim blue, should not be translucent, and we want, oh, I tried to get a shadow. Did I manage it? I actually stopped there. I'm not sure about that. Let's see, maybe this one has, because if you look at our design, where's our, right here, pop out the chat, get it over there. I thought I pulled out, oh yeah, there we go, Trello. If you look at our design for workout list, oh, one sec, this one was not the right one. List views, for example, title, time, exercise, workout view. This is what we finished. This is the workout view, workout card view. Do we want to call it maybe workout view? It makes more sense. So it's not the card view. It's the workout view, like so. Rename, bam, include the comment, like this. Where did we say? Here, I think. Edit, workout view. Okay. So, we finished the workout view. I couldn't stay off, lol. Gotta start your 5 a.m. tradition. I like it. Yes, do that. But you have school, right? So that means you can, in the morning, super relaxed, start your day, maybe code even a few lines and then go to school, right? Or university, whatever it is. Not sponsored, but definitely fueled by Dr. Pepper. I should reach out to Dr. Pepper and ask whether they want to sponsor me. So what I want to try is the navigation control and navigation bar is a navigation bar should be a subclass of view, and maybe it has masks. No, it's not a subclass of view, is it? It is. So I wonder if I put that one to false. Maybe this was to set to true for navigation bar. No. Okay. Anyway, we can leave that for now. What I want to do is, since this one has to be a table view in the end, we can just quickly do a table view. Add a UI table view right there. So we are going to write a function func setup table view that does the job for us. Setup table view, and then view add subview table view. Table view. Translate auto resizing mouse into false. Top is gonna be constrained to top anchor constrained to the save areas top anchor. Oh yeah, stream. 2 nights in a row for me. Adrian, hey, welcome to the stream. And yes, 2 nights in a row. You said in the first, I think in the first stream it was, you commented that the design seemed to take longer than actually coding it. It feels like it in the beginning, but you can see that we already finished the design for basically the whole app in, what was it? 1 session or 1 night? Or yeah, I think it was 1 night, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2 at max. But it will take us more than 7 days to implement all of that, or even more. So coding the design takes longer than designing the app. But the point I think is designing an app takes longer than one would expect. I think we were pretty fast. If you imagine, like, there are agencies that are providing the service designing a whole app experience, that we just did it in 1 night or something, or like at least if it was not in 1 night, it was at least in 3 hours or something. Anyway, leading anchor constrained to save area. Actually, we can have it full. View leading anchor like this. Bottom should be table views. Bottom anchor constrained to save area. Bottom anchor definitely no. We don't mind that. And trailing constrained to this no view trailing like this. Activate all of that. Top leading, bottom and trailing. Now we have our table view. We can set it up. Set up table view. Now it's in our view. Now what we want to do, for example, we can disable, or we cannot execute the setup thing and run it and see. We will have a grid view where our rows would go, and it's white. So what we're going to do next is say table view background color is dimmed. Whoops, background color is dimmed blue. Mohammed, hey Martin, hey Mohammed, greetings. And Adrian, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I read all comments, so I highly appreciate all comments and I read them all. I also appreciate all the thumbs up for the videos, because I think in the end it will help the algorithm on YouTube. I don't know what's important, what not, but I think any kind of engagement is just helpful. Would lead to more reach, more people in the chat, and it will just get more comfy or exciting. Let's run that. So there we go. You can barely see the lines, if at all. So that's the background. Next we have table view. Let's do a workout table, workout cell like this. It just has to be UI kit, final class, workout cell from UI table view cell like this. We can have the workout view like this. View. And what we want to do is, once we are, one sec, I think this is the wrong init. No, it's the right one. Init, style, reuse identifier, I don't mind, private, fix this one. By the way, command plus option plus control is how you are fixing suggestions for Xcode if there's just one, right? You see there's one suggestion, so you hit Control, Option, Command, and then F, and it will just fill it for you. Private func. To be honest, every day I get in front of my laptop and I say, yo myself, I need to code like Martin. Thanks. Are you coding right now? Because that's something I am embracing. People should join the chat, we can talk, and obviously you can talk and code, right? All jokes aside, I think these live sessions can help others into just getting into an idea and code. I think so too. I think seeing how where to start, for example, to code, sometimes it feels like, okay, where do I put my files? Where do I write my code? Whatnot. It can help to just see from scratch where other people are doing that, just to take an example of it, to follow first, before you develop a taste and then put your own thinking and your own ways into the structure of your project. Set up view. Set up view like this. And actually, oh yeah, what we should do is, I think in here we have to say extension workout, we see UI table view delegate, and this one has row height somewhere, I'm sure. Just height for row at index path. So return 180, just ACG float. So we are defining what we can do just for fun, so you can see how it works. We can say we are defining a list of, let's say, list of names, and we have who's in the chat? Tilek, Beck, it's AJ, it's Kyle, and it's Adrian, Muhammad. What else? Okay, there we go. Where's Angel? There's more in the chat, I know it. So name list, I see you guys. What we can do now is we can say extension workout, we see conforms to UI table view data source. And now we have two functions that we have to implement. One is telling our table view how many rows it has, and that's basically the same amount of rows than the name list count. And we want to return cells, so table view cell for row at index, DQ, reusable cell with an identifier, cell ID. We will define it at a second index path. We can say cell title, which is a default. Text label text is going to be name. We're grabbing the name from the name list at the index path row, because for each row it will call this function and give us the index path, so we can grab the right name. And then we can say name is equal text and just return that cell like this. So we have to register a cell, register just a UI table view cell, and then we have to define the cell identifier that's going to be used down here. We did that, and then also we have to say basically a data source, where it is, who it is, and it's us. We are the data source. This class is the data source because this class is conforming to data source. That's why it can be assigned to that. Also, table view delegate is also self, because we have the conformance to delegate right there. And so that, if we run it, should work already. We see the rows are 180 and we see all the names. You see that? On my way home from work. All right. Hey, what time is it? Is it probably around 6 o'clock? On the way home and watching my stream. I really appreciate that.
No, because they booked me like patient at 5.
Oh, 11 p.m. That's super late.
Scheduling him later at 5 p.m. Like they're punishing me because you know what I mean? Why didn't you I can't tell me. Because they like throw numbers in there.
Let's do like this.
So that's why I
Oh, one sec, you
I
cannot
know,
barely
that's
see
why
it.
I like this is happening more and more and I like haven't like because
Okay,
I
this
feel
is going to be the
They
max.
think I'm complaining, they think I'm not a team player. So I know. But anyway, they texted like my
Now,
supervisor
this
and
cell
me.
is
Can you please talk
tappable,
to them and tell them not to schedule
which is fine.
Yeah.
The height is gray. We can adjust all of that. This is just a default cell. We registered a default cell, but we are going to register our own cell. So what we want to do is basically, this one has a default height. I wonder if we just say workout view, say add subview workout view, because the cell, and I say workout view translates folds, and just have it centered and the width defined. So then lead thing, workout view, leading anchor constraints to the leading anchor of this one, and then trailing as well. Constraints here, trailing to, and then we want to have it centered on X. So that means its center X anchor should be constrained to the center X anchor of the cell view. Activate all of that. Center X. We got this, and now I wonder, we can say for fun we should also set a model, right? One sec, this workout view should be able to, oh it cannot, it can, where is it? Oh, we didn't, hey, I thought we specified how to set things. Container view doesn't do anything. Workout view. Interesting. Oh, here, label fix model. Okay, we did it for the label with model, but not for this workout view yet. That's fine. It has some mock data. So what we can do is we can just use it and see if we get for each name a cell like that. So then that means we say workout cell here, and we can shall not assign, we can just return this right away, what we get, and see what happens. Yeah, truly watching your live streams encourages me to grab my laptop and just start coding alongside. This is awesome. Perfect. As you can see, we have our cells filled. For each name we have a cell like this, right? And you can even tap it and then something happens. I think it brings it to the front. It's interesting. But what we want to do is adjust this one and then say we want at least a constant of 15, and obviously we need a height as well. So let's say top workout view, top anchor constraints to top anchor with a constant of 15 as well, leading bottom anchor constraints to bottom anchor with a constant of -15 and trailing -15. We don't need that anymore. Leading top, leading bottom, trailing if I'm motivating you to code perfect, let's run this and see that the cells are now better looking. Now setup view, right? Let's say private func setup work out view. Put everything related to the workout view down here. Call it from here, but also here say background color is equal to, actually we can also say clear. I think it should shine through to the view controls background, and then we see it's like this. Doesn't that look nice? But if you tap it, you will still see highlight color. So tint color, the first non-default tint color value in this view hierarchy I sent it from. I don't know if that is. I don't think so. Let's say clear. I think it's highlight color something. Set highlighted, whatever, to folds. What else do we have here? Somewhere, anywhere, anything. A boolean value that indicates whether the cell is highlighted. No. Maybe. Some functions? No, neither. Let's have a look. Jump in here and see image view, content view, background view. Default is nil for cells. No. Selected background view. I think that's it. Is it? Because it's selected. Focus style. Or is it focus? Let's see. We'll find this out. What do we have for focus? The appearance of the cell when focused. What do we have? Custom. The cell will not alter its appearance automatically when it becomes focused. Specifying the style allows you to create your own custom appearance for the cell. Let's try that. What does that mean? Tapping it doesn't change anything. Focus. Then maybe select it. It's the cell selection for a selected background view. Use this one. It has nothing. There we go. We just tap it, nothing happens. I mean, it does happen. Or we have like a clear background. We didn't set any background. So then we can just say making the background actually self-explanatory. Okay, we found out how to fix that. We can give this a little bit more padding or margin to the top for the table view. 15 is my favorite number for padding and margin. So we have a little bit of space up here before we go under, but we go under over there. So that means we don't want to do it for the table view. But for this one, we can say 30. It's in general just more. All right. Fair enough. Now, we got all of that in. Later on we will have down here another cell with the add button, but not now. What we want to do now is, let's see, we want to be able to set our own values in there. So we have to say, now the thing is, now we want to define the architecture of how to communicate with views, so to say. So what I can do is, and I don't know, I could just create protocol group for here, a model view controller protocol, MVCP. Because the thing is that I want to define what workout view can get or should get. What I mean is the interface, so to say. Mark public and basically say func set model and then a model type, which is going to be workout view. Not necessarily model, maybe yes, but the view model is most of the times the one that has logic in and also properties, but this one sounds to me like it takes care of the whole workout view controller, even that. And I don't want to necessarily, I mean you can, but I don't want to necessarily push a huge object with lots of capabilities and properties around, although there's just so little needed for this one. So that means this is workout view model. Let's just do that. So workout view model, let's say here, new workout view model. All we need is view model. So what we need inside there is the title, we need the time, and we need the exercises. And it's gonna be int, and it's gonna be int. Time 22 minutes. Yeah, like this. So now what we can say is workout view model is expected here, and we know that we can say title label text is equal to a model dot title minute or time label text is equal. Oh yeah, time label set, right? Exactly. And this is a label with postfix model. I have two different ways of defining models here. I should probably change that. It needs do you want this information down here? I would always say time, right? This one could be something else, could it be? Label of postfix, say type model dot time description label of postfix model, label with postfix model is equal to this one, and it says model this is actually time label model. Time label model, like so, and the same applies to Candle Dos Gamers. Hey Martin, instead of setting UI view when clicking on a cell, you can do cell selection style none is the func cell for row at index path. I think it's better. Is it? Let's see. Selection style none. Yeah, it works too. I think it's better. I agree. So we don't have like a class, fully bloated class right here. Thank you. Selection style none. There are so many ways or roads to Rome. Now back to this one. I appreciate all the feedback, all suggestions. Exercise label model. Let's call it like this. And this is going to be exercise. One sec, let's see. Exercises time. Yeah, it's fine. This is however minutes. Now this is possible to be set from outside, and what we can do with that is we can go to our controller, and down here for each cell we can say guard let workout cell is equal to cell casted to workout cell. If it works out, we will pass this guard, and it will work out because we only register workout cells, so these cells are of type workout cell. Else we're just going to return this cell. And then we can, once we cast it, we have the information of set, and we can, where are we? Workout cell does have set, doesn't it? Oh, where did we put it? Workout view. Ah, that's the thing. Passing it in all the way down there. I wonder if I want that. If I do this. I wonder how I should go, because this is the thing, I don't want to have to. But why wouldn't we right away say this one is our cell then, right? Because container view could be already doing the spacing for us. Let's do that. Let's put all of that into our cell and see. We can basically remove this. Let's put all of that in here. Remove that. So that's our cell. It has, doesn't need this, doesn't need that. Has setup view, has that. It has setup view twice. Not necessarily this. Let's have that one. Here. Like this, and give this one 15. 15. No problem. Indeed, there are so many ways. That's the beauty of coding. I agree. Yes. And you can always, if you're open-minded, you can always improve yourself, and you should want to, and always be open for suggestions and different ways. That's what I'm trying to. So let's just run and see if we broke something. Now this one is capable of saying set, so we can just say workout view model title. Let's just say for fun names list. Time is gonna be int random between 9 and 23. No, 7 and 23. Two prime numbers and exercises as well. Int random between 3 and 5. And we can say model return workout cell. And we have our random workouts, and it works, and we don't have to like pass down everything down. So workout view is unnecessary. Just workout cell, move to trash. And we want to now say that the stack view should have leading constant 15. Oh, interesting. Is stack view actually added to container view? It is. Oh, but it is constrained to that, not container view, which it should. Why would we center it if it's Y centered, but it's having the same height, which means we don't need to center. Oh, we do, because it's inside. Yeah, I like it too. It looks nice. I am. I'm making it more interesting. Who is this guy in the background? We want to see him. Workout views unknown. Exactly. You don't need that anymore. Goodbye. Now we got all of that in place. Doesn't that look nice? Random workouts with your names, guys. Minute exercise. And so on. Okay, so we got our structure. What we can do next is we can look up. We should be able to add stuff, right? Now, the logic for that. What we can do is we can say all of this is actually here. Because then we have, what I'm doing now is preparing how it will look like in the end when we are adding, say, a database. One sec. It's 1, 2, god damn it. 3, 4, 5, 6, even. AJ, whoops. Kyle. Oh, I have a spelling. Adrian.
Yes.
Tell me. And here we can say, instead of that, just get the model out of the name list, index path row. Done. Let's go down here. And it's still working. Later on we are getting the whole list down there or up here from the database. But we want to, oh, we can also say this is the workout, we see the workout list view controller, right? Maybe let's rename it because I want to define a workout view model, but I don't want to again use this one. Oh, actually I can say cell model, right? Can I not say workout cell model because it's specifically for the cell. Let's say cell. Sometimes this doesn't work out, or it didn't work out sometimes in the past, and it will get red like this, and if I run it, fails. So if that happens, if you rename and this one turned red and it fails to run and you don't know what to do, it basically means the renaming didn't work for the file. So what you do is you ate too much. You go into your project, say desktop, and then the fitness app. You're gonna rate without me? You're going to rate without me?
We're going to the church.
God damn it. Hey, bring my phone. You can bring my phone. You have 2 hands, 2 thumbs. She's going to play Pokemon Go with the guys without me. Just taking advantage of me streaming. I'm almost as strong as you. I'll catch up. Okay, so what you do is you go into your project, the fitness app, you locate where the file is, the fitness app, and you will see that inside workout and then view, it has the old name, workout cell. It's not workout cell model. So you can just say workout cell, rename it to workout cell model Swift. Once I do that, the red disappears. Oh, 1 sec. No, I did a mistake. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Workout cell is workout cell, that stays. I meant the model. You see that it still says workout view model, but it's workout cell model. So what you do is then we say workout view model, you want to rename it to workout cell model, and all of a sudden it works again. That's pretty cool what you did with the terminal. Yeah, right? I like iTerm. If you download iTerm, you are able to set your terminal so it's always open in the background, and you can set a short cut or a key combination to like pull it into the front. I like it so I have always access to my terminal. Anyway, that's the fix for renamings if they fail. Canal DOS gamers. Alright, 20-minute workout, Tillich back, you got it figured out. So, this is something I am happy to do, the 4-sound wrap, because I know that I'm using it somewhere and I'm definitely setting it as a first thing. If I would not set this and run, it will crash the app because I'm using it and saying there's a value, but there's not. And now we have a fatal error, but this means it will not even compile, so I'm never gonna ship this in production. So that is something I can set the exclamation mark here, because if I'm not using it and If I'm using it, it will crash before I can ship it. If I'm not using it, then I don't even care about the value because it will never crash because it's not used anywhere. So basically, you cannot do anything wrong with that. Just to point this out. Good morning from India, Ritwik. Hey, welcome to the stream and good morning from LA to India. Although it's 8 o'clock. Let's set this one to clock. This one. Show the day of the week, show date, exactly. You can announce the time every hour. It's 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. God damn it, I know. Now, container view is gone. Do you ever use SwiftUI? I used it. I even wrote some tutorials about it on Medium, but I haven't developed a full-fledged app with it and shipped it to the store because I feel like there has been so many revisions and there is still going to be a lot of changes for the framework. So I like to, I really like it. I'm looking forward to it until it gets stable, but until then I also want to still support iOS 12 for this app as well to have as much reach as possible. And once we have iOS 14, then we have at least 2 versions like 13 and 14 that are supporting SwiftUI, and from there on I would consider building the first app built purely in SwiftUI, for example. Or maybe not purely, because I think there will still be some functionalities missing, but primarily. Have you reduced the size of the cells a little bit from the original design? I don't think so. I think they're still bigger if you compare. Let's compare the sizing. Oh yeah, you're right. I did. Let's reduce it to the same height. Yes, it's actually a little bit reduced, right? No, let's have it like this. It's a lot reduced. I think a little bit more air in between could be good for these views. So some fine adjustments we can do afterwards for sure. Where did we say set up label? Somewhere here, right? We say add arranged subview. So basically it's just stack view that has the height 2/3. We can say 3/4, so it's like it's having a, it's higher. Now it should be bigger. Is it though? I don't know. Let's revert it. 2/3, 3/4. Yeah, it should be bigger. You can. What I like to do is do a screenshot and just go in between. Yeah. So we have more spacing in between. Oh, but this one stays. It's just the title that moves up. I don't like that. I want this one to be centered. God damn it. Okay, let's keep it like the downer. Because the downer looks more centered. I wonder if there's a library for SQL database that I can pull in with SPM. But it looks nicer. I agree, we will do that in the end. We will do some fine adjustments at the very end. So what we can do is, at least for this, we have reached a new state, right? Let's say if we look into our Trello board, wherever this is, here. List workout views, table view, done, 40%. Now we want to have an add button, swipe to edit and swipe to delete. Then this is going to be done almost actually logic to pull work out from database initial. Once the view is loading, we want to pull it out of the database, and so let's see, Swift SQL library. Maybe even there's, yeah, just a lightweight library, 6.7K. Last time about 9 months, no, 3 months. Pod spec, core pods. Our SQL like 3. Fine, we will connect it. We will define a table and some columns, and then use the database to create the table, and for each column ID, oh yeah, and specify it there. Alright, so that creates that one, and then we can insert. That's a new way of, right, I don't know why you would specify it like this. Why would you, I don't know why. Why would you say like, say enums and say dot name? Can you do that even? Dot name, and then you pass in the string. That would be even more Swifty. But okay, if it works, it works. But it's Cocoa Pods. It's Cartridge and Cocoa Pods. Where's the package manager? There we go! Swift package manager's tool. Yes, we want. Yes, I don't want to use any of the other package managers. I want the native. So we're gonna add our. We don't have a pack, so we can say Vim or Vim package.swift. And oh, wait a second, no. I think there is Swift create package, the package file, creating a standalone Swift package, create a new Swift package, open Xcode, blah 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 blah. Important, Swift packages contain sources but don't support assets and resources. In addition to Swift package, can only depend on Swift packages later. Alright, I want to create that one. To create a Swift package, file new Swift package, choose a name and select the file location Swift. Okay, we can also just, there is a comment, I know there is a comment to create that file. So I don't want to copy that. I can, but I don't want to. Package manager, modules, Swift run dealer, creating package library, whatnot. Swift create package manifest file. Medium, have you looked into using Realm for your DB? It's super easy to use. I did look into Realm and I used it as well. For what? I actually did a project just to compare which one I want to use. Let's see, do I have it here? No, I don't think so. Do I have it here? No. Do I have it here? Neither. So what I did was I would create a project with core data and with realm and just like do a simple CRUD with table view. Just to compare, and core data is native, that's what I liked about it, but it's super stringy. I would have to define my own type-safe abstraction of it. Hey, Iron Man. That looks so good. You cannot see? Can you turn on some lights? Where's your gauntlet? The gauntlet. There you go. Awesome. I never saw how powerful Trello is. I had it before but never found use for it. Now in the past couple of weeks that's all I use. Right? Yeah. So core data was super stringy, and realm on the other side I felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel as Swifty. I don't know why, maybe because it comes from the Objective-C days and they just ported it to Swift and brought some Objective-C style to Swiftland. But yeah, SQL is also actually kind of natively supported or broadly used, and this is just a library that abstracts the, just the SQL commands. I think you can just easily, without addition of anything, just import SQL Lite 3, and I could start using it. It's just there. But it's a C API, and I don't want to wrap it again. I did that for Social Down. It was fun, but it's also painful once the project gets bigger. So that's the reasoning behind that. So now command line Swift package manifest. Come on guys, someone has to. Swift package init, there we go. Oh no, wait a second. Is it the executable? What did I do? I just creating executable fitness. Package Swift, create readme, get ignore. Yeah, exactly. I don't want this one. Let's see. I think maybe I broke the project. Did I? I don't need sources. Readme we can leave. Base L project. What is that? Creating sources, we did that. Creating tests. Okay. Removing tests. Who wants to keep this and remove all of that? We did that. What about executable for fitness? I think. So when we do this, we should see the fitness app, dependencies declared and whatnot. And this is where we put our stuff in. From here. One sec, does Swift by Sundell tell me something else? What if I say just, I wonder, Swift package init and then type help? Can I see? Empty. Oh, here we go. Empty library executable system manifest. What if we just want this? Type manifest. Right? So let's see. We have remove the git ignore, which is new, remove the readme, which was new, and the package.swift. So we are back to just what we have changed back to that, we modified, oh, let's just go back in the app. Exactly, so we don't have any new files generated by something or anything. That's just some data we don't need to care about. This is workout VC. We added the table view with some mock data. We created the cell. We created the model for the cell. And we can say created workout cell table view and workout VC added mock data. Git branch dash git branch push. Just push that. Push origin master. So we have this state. Now Swift package init manifest. There we go. All I wanted to do is having this package.swift file. And in here, oh, I actually don't need to be in a terminal. I can use Xcode for that. But we don't see it yet. So I wonder how we can make it visible there. I can just say add file. I know that if I say new, is it here? Right click, add files to fitness app, it will tell me, it will show up. But this is not where it's located. It's actually located here. What if I say Swift build? Ah yeah, source files. I don't care about source files. What if I cannot pull it in? Let's see. Editor, file, so packages, add packages dependency. Package repository URL. Up to next major. Yes. Target that one. Yes, please. There we go. Did this actually... It didn't add it in here, so I wonder how and where. No Swift package manager needed here. Interesting. How would I then update it for example? Swift packages, reset, resolve, update to the latest version. Where would I define? Where would I define a new version for the Swift packages? Here? Version, oh, here. Here I can change it as it seems, so interesting. That means we should be able to say for example, right here, this is the database. This is when it starts to run. We need a global database struct. I wonder how I should do that. All right, create a new file, database manager, container view. Do we need it? Yes, we need it. Leo, this is also, it feels like all of that is just for now something in addition. SQL. Would this run? Let's run it. So we have hopefully the Would this still run? This still runs. What if I just say, right, let's go light, like this. Struct, no. Manager. Like this. Path 2. The fitness app database. And then I'm just trying to create an architecture on the fly. Set up database, and then we have set up workout column, right? Private like this. So we say what's up workout column, whoops. Call it. This one says set up database. Call can throw. But errors are not. Huh. Interesting. Type of connection, obviously. DB is equal to, try that. Now we can read into this thing. We know that we want to have workout and needs an ID, needs a title, and that's basically it. And then we want to have, oh boy, it all throws. Try db run. I don't like it that it would not give me auto completion. Run workout create. Table in table column ID primary key. What if I run this? This one fails because of that. This one works. What if I rerun it? No complaints. Just the title. Doesn't have to be unique. So then yeah, in database manager. This is going to be funny. So I need I use it. Why is this optional? It's not. It's unique true. Seems like this is optional, but it's not. We should be able to. Do I have SQLite? I have. I can look into the database. So open database at a location. Hello, yes. Okay. So developer course related devices. And I will have to look up here. I think locations, derived data, the fitness app. Oh, wait a second. Can I say db dot? Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't really help me with anything. I don't like it. There's no autocompletion for this file for some reason. Maybe I have to reopen Xcode again to achieve it. Come on, index it. There we go. Now I should have auto-completion. Really? Does it? It runs so it doesn't miss anything, but we don't get auto-completion, so we have to look into connect what it does. It says location. Oh, we can say memory or temporary file bank database. We're going to Fury. Exactly. Database located at the given URI file name. Which we want. So connection. Why not? What's the gives us the location. In memory by default. Read only. Do we have an overload somewhere? File name here. Here. Okay, so this is the overload we use, so it's going to be file. That sounds good to me. But which means I should be able to find it. But I cannot tell. Is this one maybe? No. let me look into this. I want the, is it public, the URI? Prepare. Have to go now. Martin, it's 1 a.m. here in Brazil. Very sleepy at the moment. Good luck with the app. See you again in the next stream. Thank you, and also thank you for the suggestion. Good night. I didn't know it's so late in Brazil. Was cool to have you around. See you tomorrow in the next stream. Save point. I'm looking for the path as a property. I don't think it's so. It is description. It's a public war. Perfect. Even down here we can see that. Okay, that's something else. But we can basically print tb.description, and we should be able to see where our database is located. But we're not using the database manager yet. You can put it in here, so once the app starts, like this. Let. This is something I like to do sometimes, depending on whether it's useful or not. I don't want to say do and then catch, but I can say guardlet database manager is database manager, and I think how would you say no arguments. Thing like this. Cannot use optional chain and non-optional value for database. Can you not? All right. IO, it's the rookie developer. Hey Martin, hey Cyber, what's up? Okay, database manager, hey, good to see you. I'm right now trying to create a database and interact with it, but first I want to see where it is and see and also monitor my creation. Catch, print, couldn't initiate database. Let's also give it an X, like this. Never read. So whoopsie, couldn't initiate database. So there we go. Cannot open file at line. Open the fitness app. Exactly how I'm supposed to. So that's not. Where's the example? Path to database SQL, but I don't have that. Can you give me? Using the connection class and connections initialized will pass to a database. SQLite will attempt to create the database file if it doesn't exist. Yeah, but this is my path to the database. That would not work for some reason. In iOS, you can create a writable database in your apps documents directory. There we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. So, and a search, let's see, search, do we need to import something? No. Search. I don't like that. Let's try if this will work out, but use of iris identifier exactly could be part of foundation. It's most of the times the case. Search path for file manager. Does this one return? All right. So now when we rerun, it was creating it in the core simulator 51. So that means we can open it, add devices, and then in there 51 FE 7225. It's not finding it. Nothing much. Trying to code in React.js, it's so much harder than SwiftUI. RIP. Yeah, I thought so. Do you suggest me to clone a project right away to get started? There are clones of different social media apps on GitHub. Of course. You should always, if you want. But social media, I mean, you're working on a social media app. I don't know if it's too big, but I'm doing a fitness app. There are like hundreds of fitness apps out there, right? So you can definitely clone apps without feeling bad about it. This is not ours. It's definitely in here. Because we're going to Martin. Yes. Going to library, which is this one. Say developer, core simulation, devices, and then 51. Scream everybody if anyone sees it. 51. This is the one. Now inside here we have data, containers, data again, application, and then 7FE 10.22.8, and then documents, and then we have the SQL database. And the pity is every time I run the project, it's located somewhere else, so I have to get it. So this one worked out. We see database structure, rows data, we see the workout. That worked. So we have a database right now up and running and working. I'm gone for today. Tomorrow I got 3 tests, and for right now I have 35 pages in a book. What time is it? It seems like it's impossible. But good luck. You will manage it, I'm sure. Good night and good luck. Okay. How do we want to go about this one? We need to say guard let first, else throw I don't want to force unwrap. I don't know if that's actually always given, but this one will always work. Auxiliary search path. Creates a list of containing strings, specified domains. This is in order in which you should search directories. If expand type is true. Using the file manager method SQLs for inlet. Okay. Why wouldn't you use file manager? There we go. This gives you the URL of the path. This gives you the string form path. There we go. And use a domain mask. I like this better. File manager default URLs for in here, and then else we're gonna throw, and we can define some extension, database manager, enum, error, database error, case, could not find path. To create a database file in, and just say database error, could not find, just like that. That's throwing. So that I know what's happening. It's only 8:30. Thank you. Alright, I mean, if you pull an all-nighter, you might be able to do it. So, we have our connection to the path of DB. We could name whatever. So, I wonder, because in here we can just do catch and then return true. What if I say false? What happens then? Run the app and say false. Does not confirm to error. Whoops. Got 10, sorry. Now. Huh. It still runs. Here, table workout already exists and create table workout. Is it still the same? Is it though? It's not. Then back here we have a different, or do we? F32. Yeah, it's different back there. How? Do I need this? It uses it as well. But it doesn't look like we need it. Okay. Now we are creating, this is too far in. try setup database. This is all throwing just because of that one. This is again not highlighted for some reason. Maybe because of this one. What is this? It's not missing it. Okay, Miami Web Lab, sup? What's up? We are right now adding a database, and I have this error here that's not an error. I don't know. It doesn't hurt, it's just annoying up here. Whoopsie, couldn't create a database. Happens because of, we say that up here, right? Yeah, so we could not create the database. I mean, we created it already, so that's why it's existing. So let's do, we can create workouts now. We should be able to create, and then also say database manager. Thinking right now, because we would need workouts.
Ready.
We would need exercises, and that's it. And we need a linking, and we need to insert both of them and edit them and delete them too. I don't want to write all the functions in this class. I want to have for workout an own class and exercises too. So that means essentially let's see if we can create, say, a workout table or repository. Final class workout repository. DB is database, basically connection. One sec. Type of connection. DB connection should be a reference, so we're all using the same instance.
Yes. You already had it.
Which one?
Watch him.
I want another one because I'm sending it always into the gym. Is it this gym here?
Yes.
Which color is it?
Blue.
Why are you fighting? It's our color. You want Steve
It's a
to fight?
raid.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. I will use this is called dependency injection. For the longest time, I couldn't understand it, and it's something that simple. I don't feel like why is it having a known name? Like injecting another class into another class, dependency injection. All right. So what I can do now, database manager, basically could have, say, one sec, let me think. Basically, how do you want to go about it? Yeah, the workout repository, like this, and once we in it, we can say we're not setting up databases here. We just say workout repository equals workout repository, and we pass in that database connection that we have. That's it. We're basically initiating one after another. This is going to be private. We don't need the connection to be public. And what we can do is we can say that all the setup right here is part of this one. So basically private func setup like this, and it's set up. So we are using the database connection that we have to set up the thing. It's in an own workout and it's done, right? And we can say this is private, and the rest is going to be public, such as insert, right? And insert would then mean we can, for example, define workout model that it needs, like insert model, or actually workout create request. We can use create response architecture for that. Let's do one step after another. So that's that. We don't need that either. This should be our database manager. This is all the files I need. I don't want this one to be longer. It's just 37 lines of code. Setting up a new table should be as simple as this. Errors thrown here are not handled. Throws, I mean. And this one tries hard. All right. Oh, we got this. We need foundation. We need this. And we want to see where it is. Also do that. So whenever it's set, we'll just print it. And now we should be able to we need to globally define it. We can just do it up here. Let's database manager, database manager, like this. Oh, it's not handled anywhere. Call can throw, but errors cannot be thrown out of a global variable initializer. I know. Oh, it was like that. Exactly. So we don't need to do it here. Discard all of that. So it's optional. It could be nil if it didn't work, because this one says it tries. Whenever it throws, it will result into nil or the value of nil if it throws an error. That makes this one kind of obsolete, because we will not use that anywhere. I wonder, let's just go with that for now. Okay, that means if we run it, this should still run, and it will tell us we already created that table. It will not tell us that because it threw, right? Yeah. And we will not know about it. Let's do I don't know. We want the global database manager. If it's nil, if database manager, I cannot do that. I can say can I though? Yes, I could. I could say this one has the database connection, and what we want to do here is just say self-db is equal to db, assign it static var default database manager returns database manager passing in this one. This one, however, connection court let connection is tried, else it will throw. Oh, we need that one up here. Let's close that. Do we want to throw here? Samuel optional? Yeah, I don't. If I say it's optional, I would always have to check it's given before I use it. Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. I could instead say this is a file private thing, and this one has a static default, or let default being the database manager. But I have to check it everywhere, and then it says it's not given, right? It will crash if it's not having. Alright, let's just keep it this way then, and we will have to check it. For now, maybe later on we will have an idea. Maybe it's just my concentration later in the evening that I cannot wrap my head around how to resolve it gracefully. I only just joined. Are you trying to have a shared singleton for this API? Yes. This is a singleton for having access to the database. And it works. I just wanted to handle the case in case this is nil, which is the case right now. Because, for example, we have that. Or we can say print, for example, can I not say that? Build succeeded, and this should never reached. It's never reached because it throws before. But I wonder if this would actually print. It's a type. It does nothing. Why does it do nothing? It's now reaching this point. Why? Interesting. How are we never reaching the init? Database manager default is static. Should be there on run. Because when we go somewhere, we should be able to just use it. Now we are reaching it. Why? So that would be the thing I want to look for, but I don't understand. Oh, is it? Why is this handled kind of like lazy once access this is used? It's not used right away or executed right away. I wonder how this is. Why is this? Let's go here, Swift, static, variable, lazy. There we go. The static property defines on that once and only use once. As you know, this happens lazily as statics behave like globals, and a Swift programming language property says global constants and variables are always computed lazily. That's what I thought. In a similar manner to lazy stored properties, unlike lazy stored properties, global constants and variables do not need to be marked with lazy modifier. It makes sense, but okay. So we figured out why it was called after its first usage, because it's lazy. That means table workout already exists, and we are printing nil here. So we're setting database connection on init. We're not setting it. Where's nil coming from? Oh yeah, nil comes from here. Paul Hudson accesses the document with path 0, not first. That way it is unwrapped. No! If you are accessing an array with an index and the array is empty, your app will crash. So what we get back is we get it back an array of string, right? But what if it's empty and you're going to just assume it's there, my value. Empty collection, and it's of type string because we have multiple paths. Succeeded, compiles, and crashes because index is out of range because we have 0. We don't even see the app running because we are in view.load. But say we are somewhere else with that because we're accessing the database at some later point, the app executes, and once we are, and that's why I don't want to use that, did select row add, and then we just do that, right? If we do this, the app runs, everything seems to work. Once we tap the cell, bam, the app crashes. We cannot do anything anymore. And then we have index out of range because we're accessing something, assuming something is there. That's why I used first and have it throw basically, and have this one then basically result into nil. That's why I said this is kind of, you know, you don't really need this description because it's not handled anyway. I could probably also just throw Error? I don't know. Can you throw anything? Does it have? No, it doesn't. Yeah, so that's just that. But I must say, I don't know whether it's always ensured that we will get a document directory, whether this will always work out, where we can just say, okay, we force unwrap it. Like this guy does it here, right? Or here, or here. He just does it. So then, but okay, so that is nil. And what we can do if in case we want to use the stuff, one sec, database manager, default, exactly. So before we use stuff like the database manager somewhere, let's say Gardlet database manager is equal database manager default, else return, and then we can be sure it's not nil. We can use the workup repository and start using stuff. How did it go?
Sorry, Martin, you did not get one.
You didn't get one?
You did.
No, I got you one.
No, you
You didn't.
I also got you this.
Ooh, a new one! I haven't had this one.
I got it.
The screenshot it even. Thank you, pretty. Pokemon Go achievements.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Steve? All right.
It's too strong for you. No question mark.
Two strong Machamps. Let's access this one and make this one private. It shouldn't be public. And now we can say something like fund insert. Oh yeah, we can also say created created table. This, if it worked out. But I will say it's already existing, whatnot. I don't know how to delete it though. I don't think this will help here. Read-only database. Did we say read-only is false? Oh, it's true by default. Is it? Read-only bool false. But we say back there connection. Yeah, we just say that. File name, file read only, which should be default. Right? Delete table. Delete the whole database. Drop it. We can say the fitness app and then just be fancy for testing. I think if you delete the say, okay, this is the thing. If I delete my derived data, this should delete also the database. Let's close it. No. Like this. If I run it again, now it should say fails. SQLite is not there anymore. Editor, file, subpackage, update, fetching. Okay, I will have to fetch them again afterwards. Interesting. Run. And let's see. Now it says already exists, create table workout. Can I just drop? I like that now I have auto completion. Create function, no. Execute. Alright, delete table where or just table workout. I think it's drop right. I don't know. So we hit deleting it. SQL delete table statement. Drop table, just that, okay. Drop table. And then afterwards create it, basically. Create a table workout repository. There we go. So what we can do is for debug, late to the stream, but good morning. Dima, good morning. Hey. It's all good. We're right now at the final steps of finishing our database architecture so we can start inserting data to represent workouts. And I wonder if I should define something like debug false and then say if debug, then try drop table. Oh yeah, we can say private let table name here workout. The same goes here. So basically, one sec, I can actually no, I'll do it differently. I will say drop table as a static function, just drop. Or I need the database for it. And then I can try that one. this way, I can do here workout repository drop rename try. Dropping all tables and then creating all tables here, just so I can redo it. Table workout already exists. Well, not anymore, right? Here, I'm dropping it, I'm creating it. And so later on I can just delete that and I will create it like before I release it, because you don't want to on every start have a fresh database, right? Exactly. But now we can go in here and define, let's say, database or repositories. Actually, no. Let's go into workout and say here, repository, and get the workout repository in there and have a request and a response in here and say create workout request. Like so. And what it does is it defines what we need. Create workout request means we need just the title of type string, just for now, right? Maybe, yes, just for now that, because we defined our table to just have that. I am actually wondering why I'm not seeing the thing printed. Database is initiated, it's set. Did set is never executed for some reason. Interesting. All right. I just want to know where it's located, so let's have it there. It's still somewhere in... God damn it. I wish I could just open this. Like file, open database. Let's go here. It doesn't exist anymore. That's the thing. I don't like this view. List columns. Library, developers, course simulator, devices, 51, this one, data, containers, data, application, this one, documents here, there we go, workout. We have an ID and title. All we need is... It should be auto increment. Just came back to the stream to see my name. Haha, that's awesome. What part are you working on right now? On the database architecture. So we have our database up and running and created a table within the app, and now I want to create the data flow where we are able to insert, say, create work out. Wait a second, this could be, should be the model itself. Shouldn't be the model itself. Workout request. I wonder. Because then we have, say, title and stuff. And we can say up here, insert row ID. Where's row ID coming from? DB or run row ID. I see. Why does it say prepare? Anyway, this is supposed to be request title. And then we're returning. What are we returning? What is row ID? We're basically returning nothing. Oh, do we need, what do we need? Users, which is the table. So we need the table. Which is that one. We can just say that. And I'm sure we can say table and then something, right? Let's look at the table. Identifier, string, clauses, query clauses, and we'll say clauses, which is public, and then view, and then it has, one sec, the query clause itself has from. Name alias database. Alright, I don't necessarily like that. Private let table. Say we are Hey, Alexander, what's up? What was it again? Oh yeah, just table. That's fine. This should work out. I don't like when Xcode is not auto-completing for me. Build failed because we want to say table here, table there, and name must be given. Very interesting. Columns, basically. And then we have that. Insert. Never used. Okay. So we have a new location. God damn it. And now we can try. Let's remove all the space here. We're creating the table with the title. We're inserting with the request, and we're getting back here. You can say insert. It's gonna be create your account request. Like this. Couldn't insert into work out table. Created table repository, and then also let's see, there we go, we created our first entry into the database, Martin Lasek. So that works. We're able to create stuff. I'm just not too sure about how we go about it, because I have to handle all these inserts. Which I can do. I mean, I could just say, and then just throw here a model that says, sorry, it didn't work out, please contact me, right? I don't like to do that all the time, this one. Anyway, so what we can do is, just for fun, or not for fun, but let's have a look at this one. What is that? Row ID, one more step. Oh, it's just the, oh, I got it. It gives me just the ID for the row, obviously. It's just an int, okay. So what we could do is, do we need that? We don't, I think. We don't need it. Good morning, sir. Faizan, what's up? Hey, good morning. Alright, we can just put it, like, let it run into Nirvana. So, let's do a func list list workout request, and then we want to have, that's interesting, that's the list. It's going to be a response list workout response will include we need also a workout response like that. And it will include a title, also ID of type int, and that's it for now. And then we can say this one has a list of type workout response like that. And now we can say that this one returns a list workout response, because we have that. We don't have a list response, a request, which is empty, list workout request. Of type, basically no, it's of type list workout response. And we say nothing special, sir. Alright, so just got up from bed, I think, and then nothing up to. For workout in try database prepare table, I think, because this users is the table. It should I think one's enough. I will end soon the stream and then go to the gym after you. Thank you, pretty. So we got oh, it's interesting. It's an, you access it with these kind of things. All right. So we want to say list append, and then a new workout response, which is, I don't like why the auto completion is missing. Workout response has a title, I know that, and then you say workout title, and then you can say list append that. So this list, no, it's basically a response. The response has a list. Oh no, one sec. Yes, we want to do that. Workout response, empty. We want to append it once we are done. Oh, one sec, it's optional. I think we have also the ID there, yes. And then it's optional. Oh, yeah, because that was optional, but it's not. Once we are appending everything, we can then say return list workout response, and then the list is gonna be the list. Okay. Non-optional type in, so the right side is never used. Alright, so that is actually a custom that always works out. Interesting. So now we are having a function that will give us all workouts that we created, so we can try in our workout we see once we created everything, right? This whole thing, I don't necessarily have to put it in here just for testing. Where do we want to put it? Let's create a new file and say just create mock data, or just mock data manager. Struct mock data manager create, and then we're just create say workout amount 7, and we can just say for number in, okay, we go amount for each. Let's do that, and let's have the number here. So we are creating, just for debugging, mock data manager create workouts like this, and this one has to be static. So now we can say, once we're refreshing, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 7 times. Now we have mock data, and we can go here and say that this thing is empty and could be workout response, right? On video to load, we can say set up data and create logic here. Private func setup data, and say database manager default workout repository. Exactly, we'll have to make sure this is given. So let's use same approach as here. Whoops. Here. And then we can say basically database manager workout repository list workout request, and say our list name list basically, and we will map the result that we get into, oh no, we're getting actually like that. Nameless, just let constant. So now we can, once this is done, we can say table view reload data, and down here, exactly, we should be able to say cell model needs response. Title time is random. And exercise is random too. Two, 23, no, 32. Why that? Let's go. God damn it. Try. Let's see. There we go. We have... Alright. I think it's a good point to kind of end it, because what we did is, if I recap, we have in the stream, we have created our workout cell so we can use it. We have created the table view to display those cells. We have created our database and started an architecture. We'll see how far we would go with that and whether this is a good approach or a sustainable approach. And we have successfully inserted mock data and have read from the database to display the data that is in the database in our table view. As you can see, it's like 7, and we can even in the mock data just say not here, but say here. We can say amount, just for fun, 23. Run it, and it will create 23 entries in the database, just like that. And we have lots of workouts. So that means we have a full cycle of inserting data, getting data, and we can work from there, because now in the next stream we can create an add button, and maybe the add button to be right like in the very bottom. For such a long list, I don't know if it's convenient. But I mean, who's having so many workouts, right? So we're gonna add the add button and have actually the possibility to add a workout through that. We will also have to create the other view where we can create the title, right? So then this would say 0 and 0. And now I have to also refactor the communication between database and the view, because right now we are kind of we just made our way through. We're setting the database. This one should be a global class variable, so we can have it anywhere, I think, dependent. Actually, not really. It's anyway given as a singleton. But what I mean is the response that we get here, I think down here we're creating out of the response a model that was needed in the workout cell. I have to think about what we want to pass in here, response or workout cell model. But anyway, personally I prefer the add button at the top. Yeah, right here. If we would compare it, if you just have like a few workouts, it's obviously more convenient to have the add button like right next to your thumb rather than in the top where you can barely reach it. But a different approach could also be, I totally get that. A different approach could also be to have a floating add button where we would have, say, I can delete that one from here, duplicate that, $50, and that bar should always be on top, and the add button could be floating. It could be here to the right, like this, and could have maybe a different color, such as this red. I don't know. And you scroll and you can just add a new workout like this. I think this is simpler, but this is similar. This approach of design is an inspiration of Twitter. Because if you look at Twitter, sounds like a good idea. Could even hide the add button as the user scrolls down. If you scroll down, then you hide it. Let me see. File, new movie recording, and give me the iPhone. It's not working for some strange reasons. I don't know why. But yeah. Alright, QuickTime Player, it's fine. Downloads. This is what I meant. Twitter has this one here, and it floats over the tweets. Let's see. You can show the iPhone through OBS as well. Yeah, I will have to add it as a resource, right? Okay, maybe I will set it up so we can in the future easily just have a look at my iPhone. This could be a different approach, to just always have the add button there so it's easily to add a new workout. But I think it doesn't make sense actually UX-wise, because you barely use that. And Twitter makes sense. You want to have the access of creating a new tweet quite often. This one shouldn't be like as often. So I think you're right with the add button on the top, that it's seldom that you use it, therefore it can be there. Like this. Maybe as I think green is kind of, you can use it as add, and you have this one like this. I can see that totally easy enough rather than this one. Although I like this, it gives it a different, you know, a different feeling. Okay, let's see. Next stream. This stream we have achieved quite a lot. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chatting. And good point with the amount of views. If you don't want it to be a central point of the design, then keep it at the top or bottom. got you, Kyle. I agree. I think add at the top would make sense, although I like the add at the bottom, which actually also underlines the point of not being used as much. If it's somewhere where you have to scroll to, I mean, how often do you do that? It's not that inconvenient, right? But the accessibility is less so. Could be, yeah. All right. So see you guys in the next stream. Have a good night, a good day, and bye.